So I've been thinking about this quite a bit lately because there are several things that I would like to update in my home, but quite frankly, a lot of what I want I just can't afford. But what I have done though is I found some pretty good deals on some of the things that I have that still look fairly high end, or at least to some acceptable level of that aesthetic. Because look, let's be honest, once you hit your 40s and beyond, the excuses start to get pretty thin, right? You're not a college kid anymore, and you're not still trying to figure things out like you were 25 years ago. And your home and your lifestyle should reflect the man you've become or the man that you're working on becoming. And also, at least for me anyway, it's not about flexing. This is more about spending what you can afford on quality and class. So today, I'm gonna talk about a few higher end essentials, or at least some pieces that sort of maintain a certain level of a stylish and classy aesthetic that I think you might consider adding into your space for yourself. I want to cover items in your closet, in your kitchen, in your garage, and in your bedroom. So let's go. Let's start in the bedroom because I believe this is your sanctuary. You don't want a mismatched disaster of pillows and flower petal bed sheets. If you don't already, get yourself a matching bedding set. Now I've got a few different sets of bamboo sheets from Bed Voyage. I've got a few different performance sheets from a company called The Sheiks, and also some lower end cotton sheets from Amazon. And I'm probably getting the most mileage right now out of those performance sheets because they're so stretchy. But the bottom line is they should all match each other, right? The fitted sheet, the main sheet, and the pillowcases should all match each other. I typically go for white, sometimes off-white, and also gray. I think that always looks classy and clean. And I know most of you guys got this stuff dialed in, but I think you might be surprised because I have had, over the last couple of weeks, comments from women who talk about dudes that they've dated in the past and how their homes look like they're still in college. So look, I think you should also, if you don't already have, consider a proper bed frame, not some metal futon. Consider a real solid bed frame, preferably with a headboard. It looks nicer, it grounds the room, and it makes you look like you've got your act together. It does not need to be expensive, but it should look somewhat expensive. And of course, a lot of you guys know that I recently just replaced my mattress a few weeks ago with a brand new one, and I made a whole video about that, and I will link to it down below because that has been a complete game changer. The bed frame that I have is one that I found from this discount warehouse supplier on OfferUp. It was brand new. I've had it for about 3 years now. It's been fantastic, and it wasn't very expensive. Then consider your end tables, your nightstands, and your dressers. Now, these don't necessarily need to be some matching set because those perfectly matching bedroom sets from the past were something that your parents did. Now, I specifically did not want mine to match exactly, but I did want the overall design and the aesthetic to match. You should also have nice lamps and nice lighting. Harsh overhead lights are for warehouses, not for bedrooms. Get 2 matching bedside lamps with soft bulbs in an amber color or low Kelvin color. Light bulbs nowadays, most of them are going to be LED, come with a Kelvin scale on the box, with 2700 Kelvin being that sort of warm amber yellow color that we all grew up on, and then 5500 Kelvin, that's almost like those blue bulbs. To keep things cozy and warm, stick with a lower Kelvin number like 2700. And in my opinion, you should always have those low Kelvin light bulbs inside your house because those blue color bulbs, I think those are fine for outdoor lights, like porch lights. But again, in my opinion, I think they look ridiculous as indoor light bulbs. It's just too cold and too blue. You should also have some artwork in your bedroom, but I'll touch more on that in a little bit. All right, now we're stepping into your closet because that's where your identity lives, right? Style isn't necessarily about having the most clothes, it's about having the right clothes. And over 40, fit, fabric, and intention are everything. And if you haven't already, you should start paying more attention to tailor-made or tailored clothing in general because the more that your clothes look like they were made for you, the better you're going to look, period. Now, you can take some of your current clothes to a tailor and have them altered to fit you better, or you can get something that was custom made just for you. Now, I recently got 2 brand new shirts that were custom made for me from Tailor Store, today's sponsor. So imagine clothes that are literally designed for your body. Now that means no more guessing what size you are or dealing with stuff off the rack that doesn't fit quite right. Tailor Store creates clothes that fit perfectly right out of the box. And the cool part is, if it doesn't fit you perfectly the first time, they'll remake it for you to get it exactly how you want it. I went through the entire fitting process that they have, and they also have a really cool design tool. It's gonna let you choose every detail, right? From collar style to cuffs and also fabric. These guys have been perfecting the art of custom fits for over 20 years. They know exactly what they're doing. They also own their own production facilities, which means no middleman driving up the cost. You get high quality, custom-made clothes at a better price, and you're supporting a more sustainable way of shopping. Because unlike fast fashion or mass-produced clothing, when they produce thousands of items and only sell half of those, the rest of those have to go into landfills as waste. With Tailor Store, they operate on a made-to-order model, right? So that means no garment is produced until you place your order. That means there's no unnecessary inventory and zero waste from any unsold stock. They're also on top of all of their orders, and they get to your order quickly so you don't have to sit around and wait. Now, gentlemen, I am extremely happy with the entire process and with the shirts that I got from Tailor Store. So if you want to go check this out for yourself, there's going to be a link with a custom landing page down below in the description. If you have ever had a difficult time finding shirts that fit you, you should absolutely give Tailor Store a try. Okay, now we're gonna move into the kitchen. Your plates and your glasses should all match. Now, I got my plates and bowls and stuff about 3 years ago when I first moved in here, but I've been really thinking about donating all of that stuff and just kind of replacing everything with something new in white. But at least for now, the important thing is everything that I have matches. Things like your drinking glasses and silverware, I mean, all that should match as well. You should also have a sharp knife set. You don't have to spend a ton of cash on some name brand thing, but you certainly can if you want to. I replaced my old knife set about a year ago with this one on Amazon, and it's been great. And of course, your wine glasses should all match as well. Now, I've got several different styles of wine glasses, but my main set that I use most often consists of burgundy, or sometimes called red wine glasses, and universal or white wine glasses. They're nice and thin, they look nice, they're beautiful, and the best thing about it is I got them all from Target, so the price was right. Now, there is one thing in my kitchen that I did splurge on, and it's my espresso machine. I think I'm going to make an entire video about this thing because it's just a massive part of my morning routine. Now, it is a bit of a flex, but when I have guests over, I love serving espresso. Besides that though, it's just that one thing that I just kind of geek out on. I went deep down the rabbit hole a couple years ago and really got into the whole espresso and latte art thing, and the machine I have is completely manual. I've got a separate grinder that I single dose my beans every single time. This machine doesn't do anything for you automatically other than just heat up, which takes about 20 to 30 minutes. You've got to weigh the beans, you've got to grind the beans, and also start and stop the machine yourself, and I love it. Let me chat about artwork and decor for just a minute, because most of my artwork looks a lot more expensive than it actually is. Now, truth be told, framed artwork looks the most expensive, but I'm happy right now with what I have so far, and I sort of have a bit of a unique style, but I really enjoy large-scale wall art. I have a few basic pieces in my living room. I've got some in my hallway, my office, my bedroom, and my bathroom. I also paid attention to the pieces in my living room to make sure that the colors match the overall color palette in this space. Again, none of this stuff is very expensive, but because I paid attention to placement, size, and color, they look great in this space. I also have some smaller decor items like you can see back here. And some of these items are from Amazon, and some of them are from furniture stores and home stores. I do really enjoy those big coffee table books. I've got art books and architectural design books, and I use those for decor items, and they work really well. The two bookcases that I have came from Amazon, and my little TV cabinet right here came from Wayfair. And all of them I had to assemble myself. Everything was purchased on a budget, but once again, because I paid attention to what I was getting and where it was going in the house, I think everything looks okay. And also for the record, I'm renting this house, so it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to buy a lot of things and fill it up with stuff that only fits this specific layout that might not fit the next place I move into. It's kind of a minimal on purpose vibe, but it's still comfortable. And I do get compliments on what I've done so far. All right, moving outside and into the garage with this next category because we need to talk about tools and yard equipment for just a second. Truth be told, I don't own a lawnmower. I've got a gardener that comes here every 2 weeks to handle all the yard stuff, and that price is included in my rent. And these guys do a great job. I do, however, own a lot of hand tools from when I used to race cars and some power tools. Now, the two outdoor pieces of equipment that I use the most would be a pressure washer and a leaf blower. Again, both of these are from Amazon. So in the spring and early summer, I just got done doing this, I will get my pressure washer out and blast off all the spider webs and dead leaves around the awnings and also around the patio area. I also used a pressure washer with a foam cannon to wash my car, and I used a leaf blower to sort of blow out the inside of my garage floor and anything else that needs a quick sweep. And look, gentlemen, if you have anything else to add to this list, please let me know down below in the comment section. Please hit the like button and also consider subscribing if you're not already. And as always, my friends, thank you so much for watching. Live well, and I'll see you in the next one.